Legion of Boom member urges Bengals to trade for $8 million QB as Zach Taylor reveals future plans with Jake Browning. The Cincinnati Bengals 2025 campaign has started in disappointing fashion, with the team finding itself in an all-too-familiar situation, scrambling for stability at quarterback. Jake Browning, who served admirably as Joe Burrow's backup in 2023, has not been able to replicate that same spark this season. Unlike last year, when Browning managed to win 4 of the 7 games he started and kept Cincinnati's playoff hopes alive, the current version of the Bengals has stumbled badly. Through 4 games, Browning has thrown 8 interceptions, and the team has failed to secure a single victory in any of his starts. Replacing a franchise cornerstone like Joe Burrow was never going to be easy, but the Bengals are now firmly stuck in a precarious position. The offense has looked stagnant, the turnovers have piled up, and morale appears to be slipping fast. After 3 consecutive losses, the team's 2025 season is in danger of spiraling out of control before the midway point. Head coach Zach Taylor remains publicly optimistic, but it's becoming increasingly difficult to ignore the elephant in the room. Cincinnati desperately needs a viable quarterback solution if it hopes to salvage the year. And according to one NFL legend, that solution might already be sitting on another team's bench. Former Seattle Seahawks star Richard Sherman, a key member of the iconic Legion of Boom defense, has suggested that the Bengals should make a bold move to fix their quarterback woes. Now an analyst, Sherman believes the team should trade for New York Giants quarterback Jameis Winston, who is currently buried on the depth chart behind rookie Jackson Dart and veteran Russell Wilson. Sherman's reasoning is simple. Winston, despite his inconsistencies, brings an element of excitement and aggressiveness that could reinvigorate a Bengals offense that has looked lifeless with Browning under center. Cincinnati needs a spark, Sherman said on his podcast. They've got the talent at receiver, they've got the offensive line to protect a quarterback, but they need someone who's not afraid to push the ball downfield. Jameis can do that. He's not perfect, but he'll make the Bengals fun to watch again. Winston, 31, signed a 2-year, $8 million contract with the Giants during the offseason, expecting to serve as a veteran mentor and backup to Russell Wilson. However, New York's quarterback situation shifted quickly. After a slow start to the year, the Giants handed the starting job to rookie Jackson Dart, while Wilson was demoted to backup duties. Winston, as a result, has become the team's third-string option and appears expendable if the right trade offer emerges. Given his current standing and affordable contract, Sherman's suggestion isn't far-fetched, especially for a team as desperate as the Bengals. Why Winston makes sense for Cincinnati? From a purely football standpoint, Winston fits the mold of a high-risk, high-reward quarterback. His career has been a roller coaster, flashes of brilliance overshadowed by questionable decision-making, but when he's on, he's capable of leading explosive offenses. With dynamic playmakers like Ja'Marr Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd, Cincinnati has the offensive firepower to support Winston's aggressive style. The Bengals' deep receiving core could benefit from his willingness to stretch the field vertically, something Browning has struggled to do consistently. Financially, a trade for Winston would also be manageable. His $8 million contract is modest compared to other veteran quarterbacks, and the Giants would likely be willing to absorb a portion of his salary if it meant securing a mid- to late-round draft pick. For a Bengals team that has already invested heavily in Burrow, Chase, and Higgins, Winston represents an affordable short-term option without jeopardizing long-term cap flexibility. Other quarterback options on the market. While Winston is the most discussed name, he isn't the only potential target. The Bengals could also explore acquiring Gardner Minshew, who is currently serving as a backup for the Kansas City Chiefs. Minshew has proven to be a capable starter in the past, with stints in Jacksonville, Indianapolis, and Philadelphia. Known for his accuracy, mobility, and fiery competitiveness, Minshew would represent a steady and efficient alternative to Browning. Moreover, the Chiefs might be open to parting with him for a mid-round pick, given their stability with Patrick Mahomes at the helm. Another popular name in trade speculation has been veteran quarterback Kirk Cousins. However, Cousins' massive salary cap hit makes such a move virtually impossible for Cincinnati. The Bengals front office has already committed significant financial resources to key stars like Burrow, Chase, and Higgins. Any quarterback addition must be cost-effective, making both Winston and Minshew far more realistic trade targets. Zach Taylor's dilemma: loyalty or logic? Head coach Zach Taylor finds himself in a difficult position. Publicly, he continues to voice confidence in Jake Browning, emphasizing his preparation and understanding of the system. But even Taylor's comments have recently hinted at growing concern. After the team's most recent loss, Taylor acknowledged that everything is on the table when asked about the possibility of bringing in another quarterback. That statement alone suggests that the Bengals are at least exploring potential options behind the scenes. For Taylor, The decision comes down to balancing loyalty with pragmatism. Browning earned respect in the locker room last year for stepping in admirably when Burrow went down, but sentimentality can't outweigh results in the NFL. If Browning continues to struggle, Taylor and the front office will be under immense pressure to make a change, especially with the AFC North remaining highly competitive. The bigger picture for Cincinnati. Cincinnati's offensive identity has always revolved around Burrow's poise and precision. Without him, the Bengals system has looked disjointed. The running game hasn't been able to carry the load, and the defense, while solid, hasn't been dominant enough to win games on its own. Adding a quarterback like Winston could at least make the Bengals unpredictable again, forcing defenses to respect the deep ball and giving their star receivers a chance to make plays downfield. If the Bengals fail to act, their season could slip away before Burrow has a chance to return fully healthy. The AFC playoff race is unforgiving, and every loss in the early weeks can prove costly come December. For a team built to compete now, complacency is the real enemy. About the author. Enrique Bulio, the author of this analysis, is an experienced NFL and college football journalist for Sportskeeda and serves as the editor-in-chief of Pro Football Brazil. With over 13 years covering the sport and first-hand experience playing quarterback at an amateur level in Brazil, Bulio brings a deep technical understanding to his reporting. His insights are shaped by years of studying the nuances of quarterback play, coaching philosophies, and team-building strategies. A lifelong admirer of defensive legends, Bulio considers Ed Reed the greatest safety in NFL history and lists Bill Belichick as his favorite coach for his unmatched consistency and adaptability. He closely follows the Philadelphia Eagles, inspired by Michael Vick's unforgettable Monday Night Football performance in 2010.